Hi, at the start of February I went to the Helmond Home Computer Museum in the Netherlands for their grand opening. Here is the sound of 2 cranes idling outside my hotel window at 7:30 AM. Here is some chocolate I didn't get to eat. Here is my companion Nostalgia Nerd about to get totally off his baubles on the sugar strands they have on bread for breakfast in the Netherlands. Right, that's all the information about the area that you need. We need to talk about some computers. There are a lot of people in there, which means I'm kind of too scared to go in. I just stand out here like a freak. Nostalgia Nerd has the more informational side of this trip covered in his video about it. So if you want to learn about the museum's conception, how the owner, Bart, got hold of the computers, the story behind them and their specifications, head over onto his channel. No, wait, don't, because if you stay here, you get to see Octavius' supercomputery gubbins non-informational and utterly pointless special show! Are you ready to find out which is the most flappy computer? What's the heaviest keyboard? How to kill a man with a computer? The most edible computer here? What's the most pressy computer ever? The computer that could burn your face off. The 90s fad that I nearly broke my neck on. Also the special feature of the Helmond Nerd Olympics. All this and more in Octavius' supercomputery gubbins non-informational and utterly pointless special show! First up, it's a speed tour of the museum! I don't know what this thing is. Now this is specifically a computer museum. They do have a couple of little gubbinses. These are all behind a glass case, which is sad because I would like to touch that booster boy. I'd quite urgently like to stroke its curves. This is quite wangly. It's still nice, you know, to have the consoles out, and there's some nice CRTs here, apart from this one, which is really ugly. I'm not normally a fan of CRT monitors, but this is a nice CRT monitor. Look at all of these buttons. Look at how oh, these aren't buttons at all. They look like buttons, but they're not buttons. So my day's just been ruined because they're not buttons at all, and now I'm really sad. This is a computer. Look at it. Look at how nice it is. Look at this suitcasey lad. He's quite suitcasey, isn't he? He appears to be some kind of Intel board from 1976. Here's a microprocessor. They're really, really sweet little kit computers. Nice little genie one. Yes, that's what we like. A full setup XD sorcerer on a contemporary table and with contemporary gubbins. And look, it's even got a lamp to go with it. That lovely nicotine-stained colour. My favourite. Reminds me of my mother's flat growing up. It's quite nice. Bit of nostalgia there. That's a spinny thing there. This is like a tiny little slice of the 70s right here. By the way, XD were a video game company, but they cracked out this surprisingly specced out bad lad in 1978, and it was the only computer that they ever made. Look at how small these cassettes are. Look at how dinky they are. They're so small. So small. That's not what you do. These luggable computers were big news in the early 80s. I mean, they are henge bad lads. But being able to take your computer around the place, that was new and it was exciting. Check out this chatty luggable computer.
Keyboard. Stand forward, starting for either keyboard.
This is a Bondwell 14, by the way, from 1984. It was a pretty standard luggable. The voice synthesizer was kind of the main thing going for that line of computers. Pretty good thing to have going for it though, to be fair. I mean, that is a sexy voice. Kinda wish this museum had been open after hours. Vintage Tetris computer style on an IBM 5155 from 1984. So this was one of the first computers that you get to play Tetris on at all. A good few years actually before it would explode in popularity on the Game Boy. Screen damage there. All 3 of these pets are mine. That's mine. All of these are mine.
Claiming items. All of these are mine.
She's just claiming
This is
every
mine.
computer.
All of these are mine. I've already touched these. I actually have footage of me touching these, so nobody can deny that they are actually mine.
This Apple Lisa looks like it's peering over your shoulder. Look at her. She's having a right peek. That's just rude, Lisa. It's time for the segment called Look at All These TRS-80s. The first TRS-80 was released in 1977 and the first model massively exceeded selling expectations due to the comparatively accessible price point for businesses and home use. So it makes sense that a bunch of different versions ended up being made, and you can see a few of them here. In 1979 the TRS-80 Model 2 cropped up, this one mostly targeted to businesses. I personally think this is the most sensual one.
It's got a really, really nice Henge disk system. I mean, look at that bad lad.
In 1980 is the TRS-80 Model 3. Strokey. It's gaudy 70s furniture appreciation time! Wow, look at all this. Look at this chair! Look at it! Look at how 70s it is! Wow, that is a good chair. That was gaudy 70s furniture appreciation time! Hold on to your hard drives, it's the Octavius Computer Awards, the only high-profile award ceremony where you won't get guilted to send money to conservation efforts by people who own private jets. First up, it's Most Pressy Computer. So this one is the most pressy computer here. Now all of these monitors are actually integrated in it, as far as I understand. It is specifically for kind of Photoshop, CAD sort of software, and from what I can gather, it's pretty much so that you can just start editing straight away. You know, I mean, each of these buttons does a different thing. Now, can you imagine having to remember the location of each of these buttons and then, you know, maybe getting a job in, you know, whatever program this is for, and they're like, oh, we don't have the massive pressy table. You'd be screwed, wouldn't you? But still, it's awesome. Really, really. Clickiest keyboard!
Oh, it's quite clicky. It's a bit gummy.
This Apple Lisa 2 has an incredibly clicky keyboard. The very rare Acorn Atom has got a very clicky keyboard. I'm not sure if it's more clicky or not than the Apple Lisa. Oh, this is difficult. This is the clickiest keyboard I've ever pressed. Sexiest computer setup! My God. Just how can I take this thing away to a hotel room for a really sleazy weekend? Look at how sexy this thing is. Look at it. Strokiest computer. This one, I think, is the strokiest one. So strokey. So round and soft. It's got a nice sort of grainy texture as well, which is very nice. So this is quite strokey. I get some very weird looks right now. Honourable mention to strokey computers goes to these IBM lads, the 5160. I assume this is a 5150 or something like that. And this is the 6580, which I think is the strokiest one. So strokey. It's also got a really strokey disk drive. So strokey. And a really strokey keyboard. Look, it's so rounded, but it's not quite as strokey as the Commodore PET that I just found. Smallest CRT! Look at how tiny this is. You could put it in your handbag. And look, check it out. Whoa. Whoa. Heaviest keyboard. And we have got the heaviest keyboard. This is on the Philips 5020. Here it is. Looks quite thin and light, but it's made of steel or something. It is so heavy. It's probably about 5 kilograms actually. Look at this. This is sad. Oh God, it's actually coming off as I'm touching it. Wow. You did not prepare for the future, buddy. Most edible computer. I think this rather delightful Acorn System 1 is probably going to be the most edible. Now, purely because it's incredibly small and you could easily break off the bits and swallow them. Downloading! Sexiest monitor.
I have found it. It is the sexiest monitor, this Philips Bad Lad. Look at it, it's so nice. It's so nice. Okay, not going to touch that one anymore just in case, but there is this one as well. So there's two of them. Two of these beautiful Bad Lads. Aren't they lovely? Nice.
Flappiest computer.
We'll see something really, really flappy, because I found the flappiest thing here. Ta-da!
It's most difficult computer to watch porn on.
The Osborne-1 is the computer which it would be most difficult to watch porn on, although it is portable, so it does have that going for it. So small. Right, I've got it, let's go.
Best to use as a murder weapon.
This is incredibly hench. I mean, all of the luggables are incredibly hench, they all weigh like 1,000,000 kilograms. But this one is so hench, and it's sharp on the sides as well. I think I might say that this one I would prefer to use as a murder weapon because you could drop it on someone's head, or you could bludgeon them, or you could poke them in the eye with the edges. So sharp!
Biggest rip-off at the time of release. The Apple III had a lot of problems on release, to the point where it quite probably could have melted your face. Well, it could have, if you pressed your face against it for like, I don't know, a few days. Basically, it had no fan or air vents, so it wouldn't be noisy. Instead, it had an aluminium base that was meant to act as a heatsink, but allegedly, it didn't work as it should, and the insides basically melted. It's an interesting story, but there's too much to talk about in this video. Least luggable.
There we go.
Whoa! What is this?
A computer. The heaviest luggable, I think.
Wow.
What's the keyboard like?
It's okay.
Dirty.
It's moderately
It's quite
clicky. It's a little bit gummy. It's a little bit clicky. It's okay.
You mean you gotta put your bag?
If you're interested, this Siemens Simatic would have been used as a terminal in an engineering setting rather than for a home or office use, which is just as well, because carrying this thing to the station every morning would dislocate your arms. It's 20 kilograms and it's really awkward. That was the Home Computer Museum Octavius Computer Awards! It's time for the Nerd Olympics! Place your bets! Here we are at the first event, the Deadlift, using a Siemens Simatic S5 PG675. That's 20 kilograms of awkwardly balanced weight. Oh, she's struggling a bit.
Okay, now one hand.
You got spectators.
Hi!
There's a bit of support from the sidelines there. And excellent, that's a good effort from Octavius. 10 whole lifts. Shouldn't be too hard for Nostalgia Nerd to challenge. Let's see. Oh, easy start for him.
It didn't.
Seems to be having some trouble actually placing it back on the floor. Still going strong.
10. 11.
Right, okay, that's good.
And Nostalgia Nerd is the winner of the Deadlift event. Next up, the sprint.
You're late for the train, okay? Ready? And go! All the way around. Quick, you're going to miss the train! You're going to miss the train. Peter, you're going to miss it!
What train is it?
It's the 7:15 to Barking. You're going to be late and you're going to get fired. Where are you? Where did you go?
Where's the train?
It's over here, quick! You're going to miss it! You're going to miss it! Hurry up!
I don't care. Oh, where's the train?
Right, on a scale of 1 to 10, how luggable was
It's
that?
not lockable.
And that's a good time for Nostalgia Nerd. And he's only slightly covered in sweat.
Right, can we do that in one hand and the Osborne one in the other?
You do that. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not participating in this sadistic ritual.
Oh, in a bizarre move, Octavius has chosen to apply an Osborne 1.
Okay. Alright.
So where are you going?
When's my train?
Your train is leaving in 30 seconds.
Christ. I'm gonna miss my train!
Yeah, it's going.
I'm gonna miss it!
It's departing.
Oh God. Where? I'm just gonna phone in sick. I was going to say to them,
No, you need those documents. They're for a special meeting today.
I'm sorry. Okay. Oh God.
No, wrong platform. It's on
That's
platform
not the
4.
one. Where's the platform?
Platform 4 is there. Platform 4. No, you missed the train.
Oh, for God's sake.
It's gone.
And a good attempt from Octavius. However, the Nostalgia Nerd has won this round.
Oh, look at how lookable this one is.
That's better for you, isn't it?
This one's good, yeah. I'll catch the next train.
No, you're on the train track.
Oh,
you're literally
Christ
walking
alive.
across live tracks.
Sweet salbutamol.
Third event, the weird 90s unicycle round.
And I noticed that really weird unicycle. What's going on with that?
Want to try it?
Sure.
Oh, God.
Look at that.
Who can stay on this thing for the longest?
Okay, here we
Don't
go.
smash into any
I'm not going to
computers.
smash into any of the computers. Ah!
As you fly towards a computer.
No, it's not easy. Right. No, I've got it.
I can see why you don't loan them out anymore.
Jesus Christ.
No?
Why not? I'm going to break my neck.
I think you should probably stop. I don't think this is for you.
Shut up.
I think...
It feels like cycling on a skateboard.
Yeah, it's got skateboard wheels.
You've got skateboard wheels.
No, I haven't.
What steering? There's no steering,
You
Bart.
lean. You lean. You lean left and right and it skids.
You lean left and right. Right, okay, I give up. Your turn.
Okay, here we go.
Peter, you're going to miss your train.
No, I don't care.
You're mucking about on the platform.
Is the seat supposed to move? Or is it loose? The seat! It's faulty machinery!
And the winner this time is Octavius. Not sure what that round had to do with computers, but alright.
Are you any good at it?
No.
Okay.
It's a death trap.
The fourth and most anticipated event, the item touching race. Now for the most exciting segment of my video, myself and Nostalgia Nerd have 30 seconds each to go around this museum and touch as many computers as possible. A computer counts as the monitor and the keyboard and the actual computer section itself, so you can't just touch a keyboard and a monitor and the computer and say you've touched 3 items. Okay? So no cheating, Nostalgia Nerd, if you can manage that. This could be a tough one. These contestants are very committed to claiming as many items as possible.
3, 2, 1, go.
And it's a frantic start from Octavius. Oh no, that was a printer, not a computer. Oh, surely she can bring it back. Expert item claiming speed here. She's got her eyes on the prize now.
Time's up.
And that's a massive 40 computers touched and claimed. An excellent effort from Octavius there. Will Nostalgia Nerd be able to live up to it?
2, 1, go.
And it's a quick start from Nostalgia Nerd doing some quick tapping here, slowing down a little after this first corner. And more support from the sidelines here. It's always good to see the audience getting involved. There he goes. Oh no, the timer has been stopped just 4 seconds short of when Octavius's timer was stopped. Well, even taking into account the loss of 4 seconds to Nostalgia Nerd, Octavius has won this event, meaning this Helmond edition of Nerd Olympics is a draw. Thank you all for coming. Now let's get hammered. That was the Helmond Home Computer Museum episode of Octavius' supercomputery gubbins non-informational and utterly pointless special show! That's a wrap.
That was me attempting some very stupid stuff. Come all the way to the Netherlands just to do that, just to nearly break my neck on a bicycle thing, and to disclate both arms with 2 lug balls.
Don't say I don't love you guys.
By the way, I touched pretty much all the computers in the museum, so don't you be getting any ideas, alright? They're now all mine.
Bye!
Bye bye.
Thank you for watching.